Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Todd Standing. I am the man who takes people out into the field and has me to live interact with. I was a Sasquatch. That experience has led me to this incredible, amazing case that's happening. This is going to create such an incredible paradigm shift, profound evidence of the incredible capabilities that Sasquatch are able to do in the here and now, in this corporeal existence that we have. They're able to cut gondola cables. That sounds crazy, Todd. Why would you say something like that? Well, I've got evidence to substantiate it. I've got a police investigation that's looking for a giant man who has all these incredible wilderness experience, knowledge outdoors, and has these incredible abilities to do things that are almost subhuman. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the police talk about it themselves. Try to take it seriously because I have the utmost respect for law enforcement, and they're talking about Sasquatch and they don't even know it.
Our investigators believe that the suspect is extremely fit, knows the area well, and had specific knowledge about what tools to use in order to cut the cables in such a way that it would cause catastrophic damage to the gondola while protecting the suspect themselves from harm.
Let's start with doing the full police segment. This is precisely exactly what they have to say, and respect to law enforcement for them doing the best they can. I'll let you watch this play as it is, and then I'll give you some more information at the end of it.
Our investigators believe that the suspect is extremely fit, knows the area well, and had specific knowledge about what tools to use in order to cut the cables in such a way that it would cause catastrophic damage to the gondola while protecting the suspect themselves from harm. We know that there are people out there with information that could assist police with this investigation. What's important to remember here is someone nearly lost their life, and police are urging anyone with information to please come forward. Today, additionally, the Sea to Sky Gondola Company is doubling its reward money from $250,000 to $500,000 for information leading to the conviction of the individuals responsible.
So two important things you need to know. First of all, the gondola was really, really destroyed. Like, the cable was cut, the cars all fell. I mean, it was a total disaster. And I have nothing but respect for the Sea to Sky Gondola Company for putting this gondola out in this beautiful place so people can go out and enjoy nature. I admire and appreciate that. Obviously, the Sasquatch are upset about something. They initially offered a $250,000 reward, and now it's up to $500,000 they're offering for a reward. But that's not going to solve anything. It's not going to do a damn thing. They're not going to find some man involved in this, because as you can see from the image, this is not a man. What I would love is, I don't have a copy of this incredible piece of thermal footage. What happened was, after this happened in year one, they probably put up one of the most advanced security systems money can buy. I mean, they spent $5 million fixing this disaster. And even after going through all that trouble of fixing it, putting up all these security cameras, it happened again. And there's so much information I've been learning through this investigation. So I've been researching and studying this for months now, almost 6 months. I've been looking into this. I need to get out there. Again, if you want to help me get out there, if you want to help with this research moving forward, go make a donation or make a monthly donation to Patreon or to my discoveringbigfoot.org website through PayPal, because this is all I do. I'm a full-time Sasquatch researcher, and I can get results. I can get this done. And there's so many more cases like this that are going on that just blow my mind, but we're going to stay focused on this one. So the other thing that is really important to understand too is, listen to this. So it's going to blow your mind. So I talked to a gentleman, one of the few human beings that would be capable to cut a gondola cable. Do you have any idea how incredibly technologically advanced? This is not an old gondola cable. This is a state-of-the-art gondola cable, literally capable of holding millions of pounds of weight without any problem or difficulty. To cut this cable, you have to have a serious level of expertise. So this is what the gentleman that I spoke to, one of the few people in the world that are capable of cutting this cable, said. So, and I quote, it would take a minimum of 3 very skilled individuals at least 15 minutes. So 3 very skilled individuals would take it at least 15 minutes. They would have to do a blade change to cut the cable. One blade from the saw necessary to cut this cable wouldn't do. They'd have to do a blade change. So, and now they have to get up on this gondola, up to the top. Okay? 3 men. For what reason? We have no motive whatsoever, because there is none, because it's not a man. And 3 men didn't go out there. But even, let's continue on. So now this is the most important part. So he says, the noise would be heard from miles around. These blades aren't quiet. This is not, you don't cut a steel cable with a saw and do it silently. It's not possible. Literally twice as loud as a gunshot for 15 minutes. Like, these gentlemen not only wear eye protection, they wear ear protection, because the sound of cutting steel at this level is tremendously loud. You'd hear it from miles around. Remember, they had security even year 1. Nobody saw anything. Nobody heard anything. And then the other thing he says, the sparks, this was cut during the nighttime, both times. The sparks would look like fireworks in the distance at night. Can you imagine this giant saw screaming loud, cutting for 15 minutes? 3 men up on top of a gondola. This is what it would take. Nobody saw anything. No security noticed anything. And that should blow your mind. That's not how it happened. A Sasquatch did that. I'm going to, like I said, I've been investigating this for months. I'm going to go into a video right now where I talk about evidence that I have seen in the field which would make Sasquatch capable of doing something like this. I have significant evidence that other people have eyewitnessed. I've had structural engineers come out and look at the incredible capacities and infinite powers that Sasquatch are capable of doing, really even beyond anything we've ever known, literally. Because if I'm right, and I am right, this is Sasquatch. And I'm not even surprised they're capable of doing this stuff from what I've seen, what they're capable of in nature. It should literally, like, you remember, as crazy as all this sounds, as improbable as it sounds, something cut that cable. And that thermal image, that's another thing. That thermal image, we need to have a look at that thermal image. We need to have a comparison of a human being walking beside that. Because if that individual is in excess of 8 feet tall, and I didn't even go into he's naked. That's a naked individual. I'm surmising he's 9 feet tall, 900 pounds. And I'm seeing so much more that I'm going to go into the video next week. So much more evidence substantiating that this is, I'll say this, people that aren't Sasquatch believers, what that is, that's a giant bipedal primate that's cold weather designed. Not like a gorilla, not like a chimpanzee. Human beings aren't even cold weather designed. The way we survive out in the cold is we wear clothing and boots and stuff. This is an individual that was built and designed bipedally. It's a hominid. It's giant, and it's designed to survive naked in cold weather extremes. Because gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutans, the other primate species that are in our category, are all tropical hominids. There is no known hominid that can survive up in these cold weather climates, except us, and we use technology. Well, and except Sasquatch, and they're not accepted. And I'm going to go through tremendous amounts of evidence substantiating that. And so let's have a watch from this little sequence that I recorded months ago in the field to show the evidence of Sasquatch breaking things that are beyond the power of gorilla or any known species on the planet. Good day, everybody. My name is Todd Standing. I'm out here in the wilderness in incredible, amazing Sasquatch habitat. I'm on what I'm going to call the English expedition. Can I call it English?
Yeah.
Or should I say Manchester?
Well, you could say Northern English.
Northern English.
Yeah.
I like that because I'm a Northman here in North America. We're way up in the north. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because I want to talk about the sea to sky gondola. The cables have been snapped twice by a Sasquatch, clear as day to me. There's a thermal image of a Sasquatch. I mean, it's really, I listened to so that the police are investigating this. They're talking about a big giant man who knows the wilderness really well. They can't find a motive. It's blah, blah, blah. This is Sasquatch, Sasquatch, Sasquatch. I'm going to show that thermal image. But people are going to ask me, so, well, how dare you say they can they can break a cable, like a gondola cable. And that's what's crazy is after the first year it was broken, the second year they had security cameras up like crazy. That's why they got a thermal video. A thermal video I'm going to go into great detail to substantiate even further that it's a Sasquatch clear as day. But the first thing I want to address is, well, where have I ever seen any plausibility that a Sasquatch could break something like a cable like that? And here we are with these guys have seen my 18-inch track from Sabe, from Seeger I call him. He's the big Sasquatch out here. I've had a lot of interactions from him, and I'm going to show you. So you guys have seen some very impressive breaks that are really beyond the capacity of even a gorilla. Like nothing. I don't even understand how a Sasquatch or anything.
And all pointing the same way, coincidentally.
So I believe there's really actually not enough power for any corporeal three-dimensional being to do. I believe they're using frequency to break these, and I don't care if this is not paranormal. They're using frequency to bend things, to change metallurgy. This is a real thing that we've always known about in science. They're just able to do it with frequency, and here's the evidence that I have of that. So I want you to look. So can I get you, James, to go stand over just to give? So James is about 5'11". Is that correct?
Yeah, 6.
So 5'11". So his hand is probably going to be about 8 feet in the air. So look at this break. So this tree is about, that tree that you're beside, James. How thick is that tree, do you think, at the base there? Like 8 inches?
Yeah, a good 8,
Yeah,
maybe even
good
9.
8 inches. So up there, it's probably, let's be conservative, that's 6 inches of break.
Yeah.
And that's a clean break. Like there's no branches broken. I don't even know how he could have reached that, because that's got to be 16 feet in the air. The reason this break was done was right over there is where the Sasquatch are taking apples. And for me, the reason Seeger broke this is the year after they started taking apples down over here, up on a hill, we came back and this break was pointing at that. And my theory is that he's saying that's acceptable. It's cool that you did that. So I'm going to zoom in on that break. You see how clean that is? That can't happen naturally. And look, there's trees all around here that are completely unbroken. There's no reason for that tree to be broken like that. I vividly and clearly understand that was done by a Sasquatch. And that demonstrates the ability. I don't believe there's enough power in nature to do that. I don't even know how he got up there. How did he get up on top of the Sea to Sky gondola? And the answer is, I know this is really stretching it, but these beings are exceptional and amazing. Maybe he didn't even climb. Maybe he's using frequency from down here. Maybe he's touching this tree and able to create a frequency that causes that break. I don't know the answer. The fact is, it's being done. It's being done over and over. I take people out from all over the world, Northern England, Manchester, England. These people all the way here to Northern Canada to see this incredible evidence that's out here in tremendous abundance. They've seen structures that are blowing their mind, tracks on the ground, tree breaks with bends on them, like really next level stuff that we're seeing, boots on the ground out here. Real research is happening. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this substantiates, this is why I'm here telling you that Sea to Sky tramway, the way that cable has been broken. I mean, you got to understand, tramway cables or gondola cables are so strong. Like the men that know about what it takes to cut a cable like that are even saying it would take 2 blades. So you can get up there with a saw. Imagine they're saying 6 people climb up there, hold the saw, cut for a while, change blades, cut again. Then this enormous cable that goes on for miles snaps and falls down. All these gondola things fall, millions of dollars in damage.
And they walk up and down it every hour, don't they? So,
right? Yeah, they're walking up and down it.
And
right?
imagine how long that'd take. 2 blade changes, 6 people.
And the amount of sparks, guys, the sound.
Exactly. You'd hear it. You'd
It's
definitely hear
it's
it.
not possible. There's really, it's hard for people to understand this, but the Sasquatch are capable of stuff like this. Something's upset them, and they need someone like myself to go in there and go to the next level and figure out what's upset them, because it's probably not going to stop happening. That's why the police have no motive. They can't figure out how this is being done, how the guy's getting out. Like, even he's enormous. He's very strong. He knows the wilderness. This is like, there's just Sasquatch. And the thermal image, it's laughable to think that's a human being. It's a great big giant huge Sasquatch, naked. He's naked. The thermal, what's walking around naked in the wilderness? It's giant and enormous and muscular, like no man, that's all by himself breaking a cable. It's the same individual that did this. We out here that are doing this research, boots on the ground, are we even surprised, guys?
No.
After the evidence
When
you come,
look at that.
after you see this evidence over and over and over again, and you come out here and intelligent human beings come out here and see what they're doing, we're not even surprised. What surprises me is the level of ignorance that the police and people can look at this article and go, wow, he sure is big. And why is there no motive? Because you don't understand their manner of thinking and the way they do things. I do. We do. We've been out here doing this research for almost 2 decades now. We get it. We could figure it out. And the Sasquatch are talking, people. He broke that gondola because he wants to get noticed. Something's bothered him. They live out here, and we're ignoring them. We ignore the tree breaks. We ignore the tracks. We ignore the structures. We ignore the signs that I've been seeing for over a decade. It's time that we accept and acknowledge this incredible primate species, these hominids that live out here in the wilderness, and we have the solution. We understand what's going on. So to sum it all up, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the evidence I have is so tremendously overwhelming. I'll have more video evidence next week. I'll be researching this all week. So I appreciate your emails. I appreciate your comments below. Again, if you want me out in the field pushing this, it doesn't take much. $10 a month, $20 a month. If you can easily afford it, I sure would appreciate that. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. If you can't afford it, I challenge you to send this video out to people, to YouTubers, to podcasters. I want to get this word out. You know why I want to get this word out? Because Sasquatch wants this word out. Because I have tremendous amounts of evidence substantiating that they're trying to talk to people. They're trying to be heard. They cut a gondola cable. They saw the hundreds of men come out, investigate it, the helicopters, and they did it again. They want their voice to be heard. And I'm here with my hand in the air going, hi, I'm the man that takes people into the field. I've done it. It's not arguable. I took PhDs. I've taken Survivor Men out. If they didn't eyewitness a Sasquatch, then they saw tremendous evidence. They got within a short distance of a Sasquatch and had evidence substantiating that there was a Sasquatch there. And after almost 2 decades of doing this research, I am the man that can get this investigation done. I would like to work with the police. Right now I'm being ignored. So I challenge you to call the RCMP, CBC News that did this, the Sea to Sky Gondola, the Sea to Sky Gondola. I am the man that can get this done. $500,000 for a reward. I'll tell this to the Sea to Sky Gondola. I'll go out there for $20,000 and I'll make sure Sasquatch never does this again. Because I'll find a way, first of all, to find out what's upsetting them, and second of all, how to fix this situation. And maybe third of all, have such incredible, tremendous evidence substantiating the existence of this species. This is the discovery process of Sasquatch, and they are that incredible. Last thing I want to leave you with is I would like to discover, because I theorize, and I don't know if I'm completely correct about this, but I don't think this cable was cut. It talks about that in the article, and I don't think this cable was cut. I think it was frequency was used to break this cable, and I would like a metallurgical expert, or even I'd like to have a look at myself, how the cable was broken, because if it wasn't cut with a saw, I mean, I'm so right, it's ridiculous, and that's what I theorize right now. If there's actually a blade involved, and I'm perplexed by that. Still, Sasquatch did it. Sasquatch are the ones that did it. There's not some big giant guy who has this extreme knowledge of the wilderness. The reason they're saying that is because the second time especially, they were prepared. They had some of the most advanced security in the world out there. When, remember on time 2, time 1, maybe security was a little lacking, maybe there were some holes, that's cool. They've got cameras all over the place. They've got men walking up and down the gondola. A security guard was almost killed. I'll show you that video next week when the gondola collapsed. But nobody heard anything at night when it's quiet out in the wilderness. They didn't hear the saw cutting for 15 minutes. And they certainly didn't see sparks flying all over the air. And that's something else that I'm going to show you, is there's some really amazing stuff that happened when that gondola broke. There's a lot of investigation that needs to be done. Appreciate your support. Please share the video. Please make a donation if you can. I am so passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch. This is an amazing discovery process, and it's just going to keep growing and expanding. So stay tuned for next Sunday. There'll be lots more to come. And until then, keep watching the videos. We're making this discovery happen. Thank you so much for your support. Bye for now.